Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. My name is Ashish and today I'm in London, and for the iPhone 13 Pro Max, this is what I want to unbox today. It's the successor to the iPhone 12 Pro Max, which I have been using for the past year. And to do that, I've actually reserved it at the Apple store in Regent Street. So a little bit of a different unboxing video, but just to show you the kind of experience that you would get if you were to book an iPhone for the launch day and to collect it in one of the London stores. So here goes. Hope you like this video, and if you do, please do let me know in the comments below, and please consider subscribing if you like this content. Okay, so I arrived around 9:45 a.m. at the Apple store in Regent Street, and as expected there were long queues outside the store. So you couldn't even stand in this queue here, you had to queue around the street, and it moved at its own slow pace. Slowly you made your way through the numerous people waiting for their new iPhone 13s before you were called to the final queue in front of the gate of the entry to the Regent Street store. And once inside, there was still another queue, and you had to wait your turn for a genius to be assigned to you, who would then take you to get delivery of your pre-booked iPhone 13. So anyway, I got my turn and I was assigned a genius. She got me my iPhone and I decided to get the screen protector installed and unboxed there itself. Yeah, go for it. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Normally I do these myself, but I thought it would be a good change to have someone else do it. Nice. Okay, good. So that as well.
Thank you.
I guess there's nothing else to show in the box nowadays. This makes it really easy, doesn't it?
Absolutely. The machine is just brilliant. It makes the whole thing really smooth. So it's just a brilliant experience.
It's almost like it's protruding out. I had the same reaction when I saw it the first time. I was like, oh, this is good. If anything, you can just push them out and come like this, but...
So that just applies pressure, does it?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
We have two sizes. We have this one and we have a bigger one. Do you know which one this one's good? This is one for you. So they are very...
That's fine, yeah.
But it's all done.
Brilliant. Looks really nice. Thank you so much.
No problem. Just gonna put it back into the box,
Yes,
okay?
thank you.
No problem.
It's very kind. Brilliant. Thank you so much.
No problem. Enjoy the rest of your day, okay?
And you. Bye. So I've just had the screen protector installed on the new iPhone 13 Pro Max. We are currently at the Apple store in Regent Street, London. So this was a slightly different type of unboxing, but given the situation, since I was traveling, I thought it was best. So slightly different experience for you. So it's time to take the iPhone 13 Pro Max out for a test drive. Let's pick some pictures, make some videos, and then I'll share the results with you, and especially in comparison to the iPhone 12 Pro Max. Now obviously we will look at this phone in depth in another video, but first impressions, it's not much different from the iPhone 12 Pro Max that it replaces. Obviously the Sierra blue color is a really nice color. It's very subtle. It's not as dark as last year's Pacific blue, but it's still a nice color to behold. Now if we do a direct comparison with the iPhone 12 Pro Max, you can see that they're almost identical, and there is actually a difference in the size of the camera lenses, if you can see it here. So the iPhone 12 Pro Max on the left in the gold has slightly smaller camera lenses, whilst the iPhone 13 Pro Max has much bigger camera lenses, which is probably why the cases won't fit on this. And if we stack them next to each other, it's almost barely indiscernible, the difference in thickness. Obviously this is thicker than the 12 Pro Max, but it's very, very slight. I mean, there is a difference, but you will only notice it if you put them side by side. Now in terms of the placement of the buttons, let's see. Well, it's identical on this side and pretty much identical on the other side as well. So there are no changes on that side, and at the bottom also it's completely the same. So in those terms it's completely the same. In terms of weight, you can actually tell that this is heavier, because once I started using this, when I went back to the iPhone 12 Pro Max, it felt like a lightweight. So that means that the extra 12 grams does make its presence felt. Apart from that, the design is well known to be angular, and since last year's redesign, it has appealed to a lot of people. And if the numbers at the Apple Store and the long queues are anything to go by, then the iPhone 13 Pro Max and the rest of the iPhone 13 series is a big success already. In fact, if you check the waiting times both at the India store as well as the UK store, you can tell that they've now gone to 26th October in terms of delivery times, and even November in certain cases. So really there is a lot of demand for these phones, even though they are, in my opinion, probably more of an S model. So it feels like a 12S, an improvement over the 12, but not completely a new generation. But still, the demand is there, and the new battery life, the added battery life, obviously is a big crowd puller, as well as that 120 Hz refresh rate. Now it's difficult to show how effective this is on screen and how the animations look and how smooth they are, but I mean, it does make a difference. Obviously it hasn't been that long for me using this phone. I will report back on that experience later. I also took a few quick videos with the iPhone 13 Pro Max. I tried out the cinematic mode and a few pictures from the portraits to the ultra wide angle to the main camera, and there are improvements to be seen. What was immediately noticeable was that the camera was able to click a portrait from further away, whilst the iPhone 12 Pro Max warned me to get within 2.5 meters of the subject. There was no such warning on the iPhone 13 Pro Max, and from the distance I was standing at, it was able to click a very good portrait photo. Apart from that, in good light, there is little to distinguish between them, and I will link to the full-size camera samples if you like to see them, and I will report back in detail about the camera performance in a later video. Now here's the silicone case, and I really liked this blue color to go along with the Sierra blue color. As usual, when you put it in, the iPhone will tell you that it's a MagSafe case, and appropriately it will light up in blue. And it's a very snug fit. The quality is impeccable, as you would expect from an Apple case. It's really expensive, £59, so that's 5,900 rupees, exactly the cost that you get one for in India. And in case you were wondering, this is a case for the iPhone 12 Pro Max. Whether it fits on the iPhone 13 Pro Max or not, let's bust that myth right now. So if I try and fit this in here, you can see that the size is the same, and it even goes inside the case, but the fit is not proper. As you can see, it's bulging out from this area primarily because of the larger sensors, and it's not sitting flush with that. Let me see actually if it recognizes that this is a MagSafe case or not. I'll have the screen locked and then we'll put it in just to see. whether that black symbol appears or not. Well, it didn't in this case, so it's not recognizing this as an official iPhone 13 Pro Max case. So this case is actually 3 or 4 months old now, and it was purchased in July for the iPhone 12 Pro Max and working still very well. And there is almost no sign of wear because it's a black case. So you can see immediately, you see the ring on the iPhone 12 Pro Max. So it doesn't work with the iPhone 13 Pro Max. So if you're getting one of these phones, you will have to spend, unfortunately, once again on cases. You don't have to go for the original iPhone 13 Pro Max cases. You can go for something like Spigen. I will review a few of them as well later down the line. Now, another thing that you will notice immediately is the smaller notch on the 13 Pro Max. And people have said that really they haven't made use of the extra real estate, so they're not showing the battery percentage. But I assume that could come with a future software update. And apart from that, the actual display of the iPhone 13 Pro Max appears to my eye as cooler than the iPhone 12 Pro Max. So last year's yellow screen woes should be gone with this. So that is a really positive piece of information. So I hope you found this video interesting, and do let me know in the comments if you did, and please consider subscribing to this channel, and I will see you for a more in-depth look at the cameras and other features of this phone in the next one. See you in the next one.